Splashing cold water on her face, Vine looked at her reflection in the mirror. Eyes red, pale face, and dark circles under her eyes. Anyone could tell that she hadn't been sleeping properly for days. Her head was throbbing in pain, her body was aching badly, craving for the cozy mattress and peaceful sleep in her husband's arms. She wiped her face with a paper towel and changed her OT clothes to the normal ones. Being an oncologist wasn't an easy job. She had seen people dying even after hours long surgeries. She had seen their families mourning over their death. Today, also, after hours long surgery, she was drained out of energy. She sighed and went out, glancing at her reflection for the last time. She came in her cabin. Her assistant followed after. Do I have any more appointments, Sarah? No, ma'am. Then I should pay a visit to the other patients. Dr. Lee is checking them. I think you should go home. You are looking tired. She glanced at her wristwatch, which showed 2 at night, and sighed. I think you are right. I should go home. Sarah smiled and nodded. Wine packed her stuff, giving instructions to Sarah. I'm leaving, Sarah. Call me anytime if you need me, okay? Don't worry, Dr. Wine. I'll take care of everything. She hired a cab as she didn't have the energy to drive till home. She came inside, opening the front door with spare keys. She removed her shoes and came inside the living room expecting it empty. But to her surprise, her husband was sitting there reading a book in his pajamas. His reading glasses resting on his nose, and he managed to look handsome doing nothing but reading a book. He was engrossed in his book that he didn't notice her until she stood in front of him. He raised his head to look at her and greeted her with a smile. He closed the book, placing it on the tea table, and removed his reading glasses. When did you come? He asked and he stood up and kissed her cheek. Just now. He frowned his eyebrows, hearing her dry reply. He grabbed her shoulder, giving it a light squeeze. Are you okay, honey? This was the last straw for her. She looked at him with her glossy eyes before tears started cascading from her eyes like a waterfall. Hey, what happened? He asked, cupping her face between his hands. She threw herself in his arms and he grabbed her miserable body firmly. It's okay. She broke into loud sobs in his arms while he stroked her head, whispering sweet nothings in her ear. After some time, she calmed down, but she was still sniffing lightly. Feeling better? She sniffed and shook her head. Do you want to talk about it? She nodded and raised her head and looked at him with her now red face. He gently wiped her tears and kissed her both eyes. A bad day? She nodded and her lips trembled like she was going to cry again. Come here. He sat on the couch and pulled her on his lap. She gulped as her mouth was dry and so is her throat. He is gone, she whispered in her hoarse voice as tears started falling from her eyes. I I couldn't save him, she hiccuped and said in her broken voice. He pulled her head to his chest and rubbed her back gently. It's not your fault, Ryan, but I promised him that I'll save him. You tried your best, right? She nodded against his chest, sobbing. Death is inevitable. I know you're thinking that it's your fault, but you can't fight against the destiny. Maybe he was destined to live this much. She backed off and looked at him with her blurry vision. He was only 10. He had his whole life ahead. Why do God have to be so cruel? Why does he have to suffer from cancer at this age? Why does he have to go through a painful death? He sighed and cupped her cheeks, wiping her tears ever so gently. Fine, you are a doctor, not God. You, I, or someone else can't do anything about it, no? You need to stop crying over something you can't control. But no ifs and buts. Whatever happened was bound to happen. You tried your best. That's matter. Here, drink this. He He made her drink some water. One, you are an oncologist. You need to stop the emotional attachment with your patients. As you know, cancer can be fatal. You can't cry all the time. He said, wiping the dry tears on her cheeks. You are right. I'm tired. She snuggled into his chest, earning a chuckle from him. I felt like a father sometimes. You behave like a toddler. She pouted and played with her shirt buttons. Sometimes I need pampering like a toddler. He giggled and pecked her head. You need to bath. You just came back from the hospital. No, I don't want to leave you. This is my favorite seat. She whined, clutching on his shirt tightly. No, go and take a bath. Give me a bath, Dad. She blinked her eyes innocently at him. Not that I mind. She squealed when he stood up, picking her up in his arms. Let's give a bath to my big baby. She giggled and hugged him, hiding her face on his neck. He carried her towards their bedroom and to the bathroom. He put her down and helped her in undressing. He filled the bathtub with warm water and then placed her inside it, picking her up again. She sighed as the warm water soothed her tensed muscles. He brought a stool and sat beside her. He picked the shampoo bottle, squirting a little amount. He rubbed it on her hair, gently massaging her scalp. She hummed and closed her eyes, leaning on his touch. Does this feel good? Yeah. Grabbing the hand shower, he washed off the shampoo from her hair. I like your hair, so silky and long. I know, that's why I hadn't had a haircut for years. She slightly opened her eyes to look at him while he smiled at her. Are you enjoying, ma'am? Very much. Wait, let me do something. What? He stood up and disappeared through the door, leaving a confused whine. He came back after a few minutes with some scented candles in his hands. He lit up the candles and lavender fragrance sprayed across the walls of the bathroom. This will help you to relax more, he said, coming back to his previous position. He rubbed her shoulder, pressing them gently. His hands moved to her neck, then her collarbone, and down to her breast, gently rubbing her body, pressing at certain parts to remove the tension in her muscles. Jimin was focused on washing her body, and Ryan's focus was on him. Ain't I tempting? Huh? What? He glanced at her before focusing back on washing her body. Is my body tempting? For me, everything about you is tempting. Then why aren't you turned on? You are tired and you need rest. I don't want to make you more tired. She giggled when he popped his nose with her. After washing her body, he wiped her wet body with a towel and made her wear a bathrobe. You smell good. He inhaled her scent, leaving a peck on her neck. Ryan sucked a deep breath at his sudden action. He picked her in bridal style and carried her towards the bedroom. He placed her down on the bed and brought her skincare products from the vanity. He gently applied the lotion on her body while Ryan stared at him with a smile. I'm very lucky that you are my man. I'm lucky too that you are my woman. He pecked on her lips. He made her wear his hoodie and shorts, which weren't short for her. Ryan hooked her arms around his neck, staring at him lovingly. No matter how much I say I love you, I'll always love you more than that. So cheesy, but I love cheese. Saying so, he grabbed her knee, pulling her in a kiss. He pulled out when he felt her going breathless. He pecked her lips multiple times. I can never get enough of you. Me too, she said, pecking all over his face. Ryan, you aren't helping my situation. He breathed heavily. She frowned her eyebrows but gasped, understanding his point. You didn't want to make me tired. I'm not doing anything. He got up, moving towards the bathroom. Jimin, where to? Oh, I need to take a cold shower. You sleep? I'll join you after some time. He scratched his neck, chuckling awkwardly. Wine burst into laughter. Don't laugh. At least I'm not troubling you. Yeah, go help yourself. I want to sleep. She lay down on the bed and he went to bathroom to help himself.